Moon Sedai, Mandy Oviatt from Land of the Nerds. I'm here interviewing the crew at the Valiant table. Let these guys introduce themselves because they are doing some amazing work here.
Hi, I'm David Barron. I'm a color artist for Archer and Armstrong, Shadowman, and upcoming Dr. Mirage, and upcoming Bloodshot Armor Hunters.
Hi, my name is Josh Johns. I'm one of the editors up there at Valiant Comics.
I've got an editor and a colorist. Now, can you tell me something a little bit about the company Valiant? I heard that there was something to do with another comic company several years ago.
Yeah, sure. In the 90s, there was, of course, the original Valiant Comics. Some years later, our CEO and CCO, Dinesh Shamdasani, bought the IP at auction, and over a course of, I believe, 7 years, started to open up the Valiant Comics as we see it today.
All right. Anything that you can add to that?
Yeah, I worked for DC Comics for almost 20 years in one way or another. I got in contact with these guys about 2 years ago. What they're doing is amazing. I'm so happy to be a part of it. Everything we do is fun, energetic, thoughtful, and all the Valiant fans have just been amazing to not only us as a publisher, but me personally as a color artist. It's been fantastic.
All right, here's a question as an artist and an editor. What is the favorite of all of the works you've ever worked on? Is it like a scene you're like, yes, I got to draw that, I got to do that, I got to do that scene, that panel?
For me, it was, getting to edit my own book. That happened, I guess, about almost like 2 years ago now. One of the first ones we ever worked on together, Archer and Armstrong Zero, which is a story that we really wanted to tell with Clayton Henry as on the art, who was spectacular, and I got to bring David on, and that was one of our first projects together. So I'd say Archer and Armstrong Zero, and just getting to develop the Archer and Armstrong universe with, of course, Fred Van Lente, who's done, has incredible contributions to comics. That's been a real treat for me.
Yeah, no, that was a great moment. That really sealed the deal with me working with Valiant Comics and Josh. Everything that we did on that book was passionate, and it worked out so smooth. The other book is Shadowman Zero for Valiant. Shadowman Zero was very interesting, right up my personal, alley of what I like to do. Everything I've done for Valiant in one way or another holds a special part. It's been an exciting run, and I hope it keeps going for longer and longer.
Okay, let's look at some of your books here. You said Archer and...
Right over here, Archer.
Let's show here.
Yep, here we go.
This one right here is Archer and Armstrong. What can you tell us about Archer and Armstrong, real briefly?
Yeah, Archer and Armstrong is the story of a drunken immortal who meets an unlikely partner in Obadiah Archer, who was raised in a kind of a fundamentalist, weird, cultish theme park, and they go on a journey to bust conspiracies and myths together.
See, that sounds amazing. And the other comic you two worked on y'all worked on Shadowman.
Yeah.
Let's look at Shadowman. Now, what can y'all tell me about Shadowman?
Shadowman is a story of Jack Boniface, who is possessed with the Shadow Loa in New Orleans, and he goes on fighting the supernatural and the occult and that kind of thing. Alejandro Arbona is the editor of that. He does a wonderful job. And David, of course, is the colorist and has been for some time, and really makes that book sing.
Yeah, working with Roberto De La Torre, his art is so beautiful that when I get to color over his work, it's effortless and it's free, and it has such a unique storytelling compared to some of the other books at Valiant that fans have just flocked to his art. We're actually continuing the work on an upcoming project called Dr. Mirage that will kind of spin off from Shadowman, but in its own unique way.
So Shadowman sounds like it's got a little bit of voodoo action going on there. Amazing, awesome. We can have fun with voodoo. There's a lot of really good books at Valiant, from Valiant, not just the ones we've talked about today. We will be highlighting some on our site in the near future. Anything else y'all like to say?
Yeah, for sure. A bunch of good books coming out this year. We have Armor Hunters #1, our big summer crossover coming out. That was written by Robert Venditti, who also writes Green Lantern and The Flash, one of the best writers working right now, paired with Doug Braithwaite. And Laura Martin is coming on to do the colors for Armor Hunters, and we're all obviously massive fans of her. So that'll be big, and it has 2 tie-ins. Well, really more than 2, but 2 direct tie-ins in Bloodshot and Armor Hunters and Harbinger and Armor Hunters. The whole Valiant universe will team up for this whole just gigantic thread. So that's really what I'm jazzed about. That's our big summer thing.
Yeah, absolutely. We and top that off, we announced that we have an 18 intersecting cover for that series. So we have literally every issue of Armor Hunters that's connected can make a big 18. I guess it's gatefold cover.
It's like
yeah,
the
a big
size
picture.
of this table.
Yeah, it's huge.
That will be amazing. A huge, humongous 18-piece picture. One last question, because I just thought of it. Favorite comic book villains and heroes?
Favorite comic book villains and heroes. I grew up a massive Daredevil fan. So I guess for heroes, that would be mine. For villains, I don't know. I really like Shredder. Is that lame? I like Shredder a lot. Okay. Yeah, I think that's really cool.
I was April O'Neil yesterday. I like Shredder.
For me, my villains are the Joker, and I really have grown a lot. Yes, really grown a lot to Master Dark. A lot in Shadowman. The villain Shadowman is just absolutely stunning, well written, well developed. For heroes, Batman is always a favorite, but I love Batman mainly because I love all his villains. But yeah, that's about it for heroes.
I'll trade you mine to Magneto. I like Magneto more than Shredder. I don't know why.
I love Magneto. It is a close call for me between Magneto and Joker. It really is. I just can't pull off the helmet.
Really different sides of that spectrum.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You got two different universes there. What, my Marvel villain, one. My DC villain, the other. Anyway.
Fight. I'm putting you on the spot now.
Magneto, probably. Because like Joker doesn't have magic powers. Well, not really. Or
a face.
Yeah. Anyway, Moon Sedai Land of Nerds, again, here with Valiant. You'll find this and more of our exciting reviews of some of the products from this company at landofnerds.com. You can find Valiant's works at, what is the website?
ValiantUniverse.com. Also available at your local comic book store or Comixology.